We have LiquidHuk. We have CheckPrime. It's going to be a Protoss versus a Zerg on Metalopolis. I am Squiggles, and thank you for joining me for another cast. And I am pretty excited to cast these two players because, as we all know, CheckPrime is an absolute baller, professional Zerg player from the great country of Korea. And living in the great country of Korea, but not actually from there, is Huck, who has been doing pretty well lately in his tournaments. So I really am always rooting for the LiquidHuk. I'm always rooting for the Liquid and the OGS guys because they've kind of combined forces into a half Korean, half foreigner group of death. And I think that's pretty cool. So I'm always rooting for them. But back to the game. This is going to be, like I said, on Metalopolis, and we have them spawning in close air positions. It's going to be a little bit longer of a stroll if they decide to go the land route. Now we can see CheckPrime is scouting with his first Overlord, and he is going to see where Huck is right away, and not even going to try to hide his Overlord. He is just going to flaunt the fact that he is right there, and you can see Huck instantly changing the scouting direction on this probe, going to be sending him back down to Prime's base and seeing exactly what Checkers is going to be doing, and it looks like Check is going to be doing the good old 14 drones, get a 15th one, and then we're going to see if he decides to go for a pool or if he's going to go for a hatchery. So place your bets right now, ladies and gentlemen. What is he going to go? I'm going to say he's going to go for a pool because I just saw it go down. No, but it makes sense, honestly, because he is playing against Huck, and he is very, very, very annoying with these probes. And look at this. He's being annoying already, stealing some minerals, a little bit sloppy there. Normally, he likes to bounce back and forth and mess up mining patterns. But because there's a probe out here and they can throw down that pylon, a lot of times Zergs like to just go ahead and get a spawning pool. Looks like not going to be going and getting any gas, so he is going to be going more economical about it. And oh my goodness, that probe just barely surviving with 5 hit points left, and he is going to be running away, and it looks like this drone is going to be chasing him around and maybe getting the kill. Oh, nice little cancel by Huck, managing to cancel, and cancels it again. Oh, is third time going to be the charm? And it looks like gets the cancel again. So CheckPrime is doing his very best to get it down, and now finally gets it down. So fourth time is the charm, as CheckPrime finally able to get it down. This probe already with fully recharged shields is giggling to himself at how long he managed to keep CheckPrime from getting his expansion down, and now he's going to be going up here doing a little victory dance, doing a little na-na-na-na-na, I stole your minerals and delayed your hatchery, and now he's going to go ahead and go back now that he knows exactly what CheckPrime is doing. Even saw the timing on that gas, and it looks like Huck going to be doing everything pretty standard, getting his gateway out, getting his cybernetics core, is getting one zealot out because he needs to block off this little tiny hole here that you can barely see. Good pylon placement by Huck, as always. Would expect nothing less. Quick second gas from Huck as well. So we could be seeing some quick tech, some kind of air, maybe, or we could be seeing some sentries because sentries are pretty good and cost a bajillion gas. And I guess gas is more airish than minerals. Nah, I'm not even going to try to salvage. I just messed up. I apologize. Okay, so it looks like CheckPrime's hatchery getting close to being done, and has he decided to go for any of the tech? No, going to be just getting one extractor right now. 3 workers in there, always a good thing to do, and it looks like his metabolic boost is starting right away. Has a queen just about to pop out as well, and doing a pretty good job of controlling this very, very crucial watchtower. This is the important one because of where they are on the map. Looks like Huck going to be going ahead and getting expansion right now, and he's putting on a little bit of pressure with this stalker. You can see forcing up to 10 Zerglings, so CheckPrime really has to go ahead and check this aggression because otherwise he is going to be absolutely in trouble. Now this queen is very, very territorial and not happy at all that there is a stalker in her territory, so she is going to be running around and throwing things at him, dishware and, the cupcakes and stuff like that. Looks like the stalker with 2 kills is going to go ahead and run back, and he's going to giggle as well because he is apparently the same speed as Zerglings without speed, and he is not even close to being through his shields now. There is a zealot and a sentry out as well, and so these Zerglings are going to have to go ahead and pull back. So nice little aggression by Huck, managed to force, it looked like 10 Zerglings, so that's 5 less drones that CheckPrime could have had at this point. And you can see Huck is actually ahead in supply right now. If we go ahead and check the army worker supplies, we can see that CheckPrime just now pulling ahead in workers, 31/29, but Huck does have the bigger army, 10 supply versus a 5 supply army from CheckPrime. So nice job by Huck. Has this pylon down right here, and it's very, very weird because this looks like it would be the biggest gap ever, but it's actually a tight wall right here. So nice little wall off going on there, and also nice little pylon placement right there so they can't go ahead and run behind the gases as well. So Huck doing a good job of defending his two bases and looks like he's going to be warping in a lot more sentries. As you can see how early in the game Huk is getting these sentries, as these Zergling speed finish now is just going to be poking back and forth, back and forth. Stalker needs to be a little bit careful, doesn't want to get surrounded. Gotta be careful, and the Stalker is going to get totally surrounded. And is he going to get taken down, though? Yes, he is going to get taken down, but it looks like it is going to cost CheckPrime. Every single one of those Zerglings has some nice force fields take them down. And you can see that because these sentries have no damage at all done to them. This guy with 4 kills already, what a baller. But he's going to be going ahead and recharging his energy. More sentries coming down. Are you kidding me? How many sentries? He has 8 sentries right now. That is so many. And he's getting them pretty early in the game, so they're going to have a ton of energy. You can see Huk 5 gateways now, and Warp Gate is done, obviously. So he's going to be... Did he get another one? Oh, my goodness. 9 sentries and Zealot. So he's going to go for a Zealot sentry attack right here, and I don't know if CheckPrime is going to be prepared. He does have a Roach Horn out, 6 Roaches coming out, and it looks like +1 Zerg missile attacks is about 60-70% of the way done right now. Starting Burrow, starting Glial Reconstitution, so those Roaches will be moving faster, but I don't know if it's going to be done. I mean, it definitely won't be done in time for this first attack, and it looks like CheckPrime is going back to droning. Still on 2 bases at this point, adding on his 4th extractor as this attack decides to commence. Now, there is 1 Spine Crawler. That's going to help quite a bit, but there's so many Zealots, and look at these force fields. The amount of energy that these that these sentries have from Huk, he's able to just come up here, and oh, look at this. All of these units of CheckPrime are going to be totally out of position if he gets a force field on this ramp, and there's the force field. So now CheckPrime's main is totally under pressure, and he is going to be pretty scared now. He needs to continue to force field that ramp. 2nd force field going down. Beautiful play. And it looks like CheckPrime might be going for a little bit of counterattack. We can see Zealots are going to be going ahead and running back to the natural. And he probably needs to get some Stalkers there, actually. But we still have force fields going down, separating the main from the natural from the main. And it looks like there's ring around the rosy with all of these drones. A lot of them taking a lot of damage. It looks like Huk going to be focusing on Overlords and an Extractor, and I think that's because he's microing a little bit better back here. Here come out the probes to defend against this Roach aggression, and Roach is doing quite a bit of damage. All he has right now is Zealots. Stalkers are on the way, and when these Stalkers get here, that's going to be absolutely good. But he needs to pull these probes away. He's losing so many probes. My goodness. Oh, and there's the Burrow. Nicely done. Also, looks like he was not able to get a force field on this ramp anymore, so now these Roaches are going to be moving up right now, and it looks like Roaches versus sentries, not the best. I mean, good force fields going down, but just not enough energy on these sentries. Looks like the Roaches are going to be backing off temporarily, but as soon as these force fields go away, there is a Guardian Shield out, but these Roaches just going to be doing too much damage, and I expect Huk to lose every single one of these sentries, and that is a lot of gas for him to lose. But it looks like Check will go ahead and clean that up. Meanwhile, there are still 3 Roaches right here and a whole bunch of Protoss units who really want to kill him. We can see that there is a Robo Bay going up. It's about 70% of the way done right now. So as soon as that gets done, expect to see an Observer getting Chrono boosted out. Now, if we go ahead and check the workers lost, we can see that LiquidHuk has actually killed 14 workers, only lost 7. So his aggression was more successful than CheckPrime. But if we look at the worker supplies, wow, look at that. Huk is actually ahead by 4 workers right now. Very, very good. Army supplies very close as well. So this is anybody's game at this point. And these Roaches are thinking small thoughts. Their buddy's going to be coming up here, and this poor Zealot going to be sacrificing his life for ire, and that's about it because he didn't really do much there. More Stalkers coming out now, so it looks like Huk is going to go very, very Stalker heavy. Great response to this Roach heavy mix coming out from CheckPrime, and now here comes the Observer. As the Observer comes out, it looks like pressure is going to be on these Burrowed Roaches, and the Burrowed Roaches is going to be moving away. Looks like he's only going to lose 1, maybe possibly 2. Oh my goodness, these 2 Roaches are so lucky. And CheckPrime now with a substantial amount of Roaches, getting 4 more, and look at this, there's the Burrow, and with their rapid regeneration, it's like they each have their own medevac. You can see how fast their health is moving up. Absolutely ridiculous right now. My goodness. And oh, nice little pylon by Huk that has not been found by Check yet. Good position there. I love this pylon as well because you can warp in guys here. And now Huk is going to know exactly what the army movement is doing, courtesy of the Menk statue blowing up. No, it's actually because of this Observer. And he needs to have that Observer with his army so the Roaches can't just go ahead and burrow anymore. And do they have burrow movement? I don't believe they do yet. But he could be getting that. It looks like there is Immortals coming out, and Huk is going to be making Immortals probably for the foreseeable future because he really just needs to get something to deal with this mass Roach because Stalker is pretty good, but Immortals just do so much damage to armored units that you really, really, really need those. So I expect Huk to go ahead and do that. Poor Overlord, not even close to having his Nikes on there, is going to go ahead and go down. And supply is very, very close. Huk actually a little bit ahead in supply right now because he was able to temporarily supply block CheckPrime. And look at this, going ahead and getting up to 5 sentries again, so he's going to have enough for a few force fields as well as maybe a Guardian Shield. Lots of Lots and lots of stalkers right now, and what is he going to do? Looks like he's going to be moving up, or splitting up his units rather. Has his zealots, sentries, and his immortals down here, and is just poking around with the stalkers because they are faster, and he can rejoin his armory a little bit faster now. So Huck is going to move out. He's about 10 supply ahead right now, which is pretty good. He has observer as well, and here is Check with only roaches, it looks like. My goodness. Now he does have the capacity to start building some hydras if he wants. He is getting hydra range right now, the groove spines, so that's going to be good. And it looks like these two armies may just do a little loop-de-loop, but Huck's army is in a much better spot than CheckPrime's, as he's going to go ahead and push in here. And Queen going to go down. She is off creep, moving slower than molasses, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. And CheckPrime going to be transferring these drones not to the 3rd because it's not there, not to the 4th because it's not there, but all the way out to Kansas because that is the only place that he could think to do. And look at this. Looks like Huck going to be splitting up his army almost instantly, leaving half of his units here and going to be falling back with all of his stalkers because CheckPrime is going all in right now. You can see the probes have been pulled, and there is an immortal trying to do some damage. He gets focused down almost instantly. So CheckPrime deciding to go for the counter, going for the base race here. And here come the stalkers. They are back, but there is not nearly as many stalkers as there are roaches, and they have to be very careful. 5 more stalkers roaching in, morphing in on the high ground, and now it's going to be up to Huck to really defend this. But look at this. He is totally up in CheckPrime's business, has killed the natural, and is focusing down the lair. If this lair goes down, that could actually be GG. Bam! Lair goes down. So it looks like CheckPrime has no actual base right now, and Huck, with great control on the high ground, is getting tons of free shots on these roaches, and I think Huck may actually be able to just sack this Nexus and be fine, but he may not even need to. You can see there is another observer coming out right now. So many stalkers, and there's the GG. So Huck is going to take this game in convincing fashion from CheckPrime, and that really came down to great aggression by Huck, being able to kill a lot of those drones early and hold off the counterattack. Then when he did his main attack, CheckPrime had to run all the way around here, which took so much time, and Huck was able to take out the natural, send half his forces up to the main, as well as defend with the other half the stalkers because they are faster, and he was able to just totally check Prime in the face, and that's going to be the game. So great job by Huck. Congrats to him for taking this game, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.